Good evening, everyone. Everyday KT number 22. Today, first, before we get into all of our shenanigans, I just want to have raise a glass to our recently dear departed. As you can see, the lightsaber right there. That's a fairly easy indicator. I'm a kind of a big Star Wars buff, so I'm gonna raise my glass here. Nice fine single malt to Carrie Fisher and her mom, who have passed just recently. Here's to you. It was awesome while you were here. So now let's get on to the business at hand. First, today's Kiltology. I actually found one as I was thinking about what we got going on tonight. So I've already picked one. We're not going to have a random guess. And now we're talking about weddings. So weddings can be an amazing, awesome time for anybody in a kilt, and it can also be hell on earth. I've seen both sides of that coin. So we're gonna get into that and keep you try to keep you in the reception at the end, so you don't get kicked out for being for whatever. So first and foremost, being kilted at a wedding can be great fun, but before you go to the wedding, you have to be 100% certain you've talked to the groom and verified that the bride will allow you to wear your kilt to the wedding. One time, I was asked, please don't wear your kilt. It didn't make sense to me, but then I realized it's the bride's day. And one guy shows up in a kilt, it's going to take away from her day, take away some of the attention due her. So before anything happens, make sure you check that it's okay. Once you've gotten past this point, it's more or less clear sailing. A couple of things you want to keep in mind. One, see if anybody else is wearing a kilt. Maybe you can coordinate outfits, or actually that'd be kind of difficult with various tartans. But anyway, maybe you guys get the same color flashes or whatever. Might be interesting because there are all those bridesmaids and they're all matching. So hey, you never know. Weddings you never know what's going to happen at a good reception. The other big thing is check with the bride about the reception. Is there alcohol or not? If there is, then swing for the fences. You want to make sure that it's not at a bar or something like that, because as most people know, at any reception or most any other place, the odds of a guy in a kilt having a flask in his sporran, probably better than 50-50. So if you're going to one of these events, if you're going to the reception, make sure that it's cool. Even if it's kind of on the down low, just make sure that the groom's cool with it. And of course, you have to make sure that you offer him some later, because it is his wedding night and he might need a little bit of liquid courage to get things taken care of later. And that brings me to the most important part of the entire night, the entire wedding shenanigans. Doesn't matter what you do, how crazy you get, do not piss off the bride. I don't care what happens, do not piss off the bride. You're probably there because you're friends with the groom. You do not want to screw up his wedding night, because God only knows she's probably got, if he's lucky, she's got thigh highs and a corset, or God knows what. Do not screw it up for him. Even if that means you have to excuse yourself from the reception, do not piss off the bride. Now, on to the good side of things. Especially if you're the only guy there in a kilt, you are going to get some attention, especially from all the bridesmaids. That can work in your favor, as long as you follow everything else I've already said. Do not piss off the bride. Hey Frank, welcome from Iowa. So, don't piss off the bride. As far as what you want to wear, whatever you've got, swing for the fences. I've been where it's just been my kilt and a white shirt. It's been full formal Prince Charlie. That one who didn't want me there, I actually had to wear pants and a suit. And it sucked, but it was okay. So make sure you have a hell of a good time. You know, if you have formal attire, wear it to the best of your ability. You know, if you have a jacket and a kilt and a belt, that's fine. Try, if you have the ability to find or borrow. I just loaned one of my jackets to a friend who was at a wedding about 2 months ago. There are people out there that'll let you borrow a jacket or a vest, a different belt, whatever. If you're going to one of these and you want some kind of extra clothes that you don't have and can't afford, just ask. You know, they're guys in kilts. You know, where last I checked, most of us are pretty friendly to each other. So once you're there, you know, have a good time. You know, get up there, do some karaoke, do some dancing. As for undergarments and the reception, man, you're on your own. What you do and how you do it's your own business. Just remember, don't piss off the bride. Doesn't matter what else happens, as long as you don't piss off the bride, life will be good. So as for today's Kiltology, we are going to go to volume 2. Bingo. Found this earlier. I thought it might be rather appropriate. Whoop. Maybe it's volume 1. Oh. Oh yes, here it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is volume 2. Getting mixed up here. So, Kiltology number 300. Fools. When playing practical jokes on people, Kilties should never be on the receiving end of your quote-unquote humor. These people decided to throw trees for fun. Can you imagine what they would do to you to get back at your little practical joke? You might wind up duct taped to a sheep, or worse. So, if you decide that you want to poke fun at the guy in the skirt, remember, they throw trees just because they can. So, Everyday KT number 22. Subscribe to my channel over on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook. And I do this every night about 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And that'll be it. You guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.